What's up, ladies and gentlemen? The Podfather Nate here from the Journey into Comics podcast, the flagship show of the Journey into Comics network. I just want to make sure you guys know you can tune in every single Monday for a brand new episode of our show, where if it's comic book related, we've got you covered.
The following
is a Journey into Comics.
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 Network.
Production.
Greetings, adventurers!
Are you looking for adventure beyond your wildest imagination?
To delve into dungeons to reveal secrets beyond the realm where the mind can wander.
To face unspeakable horrors.
To battle unimaginable demons.
To claim glory and honor.
Join us in a new podcasting adventure where we will journey far and wide to worlds,
Planets.
territories,
Dungeons. I'm Nick.
I'm Dave.
And this is Dungeons with Dudes. And welcome back to another rousing episode of Dungeons
With Dudes.
Sitting here once again with my co-host, Dave Linder, looking in deep into his eyes.
Ooh, I'm looking deep into your eyes.
Over the brim of this long microphone here.
It's magical.
This recording device.
Is there something here? Is there something here?
You guys are like, why did you invite us just so you guys could stare into each other's
I think
eyes?
something's happening.
Apparently they just like an audience. So.
I'm so happy
You can join in.
So, Nick, what's your deal?
I can take care of myself.
Open.
But I'm not opposed to being a sandwich,
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
especially being the cream filling to that sandwich.
Okay.
Gross.
Why God?
God has abandoned these
I
lands.
may not have started it, but I finished.
Yeah, we're in it.
That's the joke.
We are playing some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and or Dragons.
Yes. There will be
Could be
both,
either one.
maybe.
Maybe.
Last time was more housey than dungeony.
Houses and
There was
Dragons.
a
And a
dungeon.
little more.
There was a dungeon
Very
under the
dungeony
house.
Underneath the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
There were tunnels and an altar.
Random.
More
shit
piles
happening.
of refuse than dragons.
There's like
House and refuse.
There's whips and chains.
Hey, enough about my apartment,
Altars
please.
and people in robes. It was very BDSM-y, and
Yeah.
there was this massive beast in there.
Maybe there's parts of it that we're not remembering.
I'll explain in the recap.
But we're all sitting here with our pals again.
what a deleted
Goodness,
recap.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
adorable.
We're sitting here with the crew. We got Austin.
Yo.
We got AJ.
Hey.
We got Buckles.
Hello.
And we
Oh.
got Watts.
Hello.
Alex squared.
Alex Square.
So new.
Sweet.
Come
So,
on.
did you have a nice recap for us?
I do have a recap. It's gonna be a little different this time, but I do have the recap.
All right. I guess we'll give you some creative you do whatever the fuck you want.
License?
All right. There we go. Thank
Juices?
you. God damn.
Previously on Dungeons with Dudes.
Hi there. My name is Agathon Holderheck. You can just call me Ag for short.
Older what?
We've been through a lot. We kind of fucked up a bar at the beginning. I don't really remember much of that, but we went to go on a job, trapped in some mist. We found these two ghost children, and then we went inside a house, which wasn't fun. We've been attacked by creatures, not creatures, traps. It's been a really rough time, honestly. We fought a trash monster. Somebody almost died from that. That's being locked in the trauma part of my brain forever now. We did manage to put some people to rest and essentially figure out our way out of this house. And yeah, that's where I found you. As you all look, I am sitting next to the skeleton that just happens to be splayed out next to the house, as I'm just talking to it, and I'm just like, I just end with, and and he said, I never loved you, and, that's why I don't go over for the holidays. And I look at you all, and I'm like, oh, hey guys, what's up?
Do you feel better now, Ag?
Honestly, yeah.
I'm glad.
Does no one want to mention the giant freaking vampire that was just like pointing down to us like Shang Tsung
I mean,
in
he was
Mortal Kombat?
he was normal sized. He's just far away.
He just
We could see him from far away.
He only looks like my nightmares.
Hello, Brandon Stone. Thank you for joining
the
us.
fact that he was Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat doing the "It has begun."
Yep. All right, so you guys you emerge out of the death house.
TM.
TM. Here's a little map for you.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, in color?
Fancy map. You guys
Oh my
are
God.
right here.
Can I
Damn, that was a lot of mist.
put your sack down?
All right.
Only if you find
Where are we again?
Nicely.
I couldn't.
We are right here.
Gently,
We're
gently.
right here.
Yes, you're right.
There.
At the circle.
I'm sorry. The expression there was wonderful.
So-
As you guys are leaving the death house, and you see the spooky guy staring at you, and then another flash of lightning, and he's gone.
Oh, shit.
But the castle is still it looms over the village.
Is it in the town or is it far enough? that
It's
we just see it
outside
in
the town.
Is it on our
I
map?
was gonna say
It's not on the map.
Oh, it's not on the map.
Which way? Which direction?
No, it's not on the map.
It would be over here.
Yes.
Over here, and we came into town this way.
Well, we don't really know where we came into town necessarily, but
We showed up right
We
there.
we
We didn't go.
We found ourselves a town.
We
through
didn't
town.
really kind of
We
get
didn't go-
into town. We just kind of got teleported there. In a way.
Anyhow, all right.
We'll
so,
say it's hard to tell because it's pretty dreary. It's like a Tim Burton film. But it looks about midday, probably.
Are we gonna walk around scored by Danny Elfman? That would be amazing.
Yes.
So, all right. So we walk out of the house. What is the village like around us besides obviously very dreary?
It's very dreary and run down. There's not a whole lot of activity, but
we actually see people.
there is some people. But it's
Where the hell?
as you guys are kind of watching, there's people that are walking by, but they look very nervous, and some of them is they're walking by, they see you guys, they will openly just stop and stare.
All right. Well, the first person that does that, guard says, "Excuse me, sir, or ma'am. I don't know if it's
We see it's a guy.
We'll say it's a guy. Okay. Excuse me, sir. You wouldn't happen to have directions to Daggerford, would you?"
He just walks away from you.
Just
Openly just walks away.
I just call out to him and I'm just like, don't allow to stare in for somebody who's not going to stay and fight!
Oh God.
And then,
Ag, please
Is
don't
Ag
pick fights.
drunk?
I'm just mad! I've been through a lot.
I'm actually curious as to where all these people were while we were in the house. We showed up and there was no one but a lot of mist and two kids crying in the street.
Well,
Now,
maybe.
all of a sudden
Okay,
we're-
so it's clearly we've been catapulted forward in time, so maybe the town
Yeah,
didn't
that's true.
exist.
Oh, that's right. The house did kind of
Yeah,
have a whole.
just once you guys are done, that
Yeah.
that heavy mist, that fog that you guys, it's kind of subsided a little bit. The sun kind of burned off some of the mist, so you can see the village a lot easier.
Do I see
All right.
any sort of buildings that have a light source coming from them? Perhaps a tavern, an item shop, or something?
From where you're at, no. But you guys can use
torches of any sort.
Yeah, honestly,
towards this direction. And
So,
you can
yeah.
tell it's the center of town.
without
And we are
I suggest
here.
we
I say-
maybe move and inspect the town.
I'm going to try and
I-
go to the center
I
of
agree.
town. I want to, we need to try and find somewhere where we can stop.
But as you guys are walking through the village, there's a lot of and there's not a ton of people out doing stuff. But when they are, you see people leave their houses and stuff. It's very quick. They're
furtive.
head down, and they're going to they know where they're going, and they go back in there. It's almost like they're scared to be outside.
Not a lot of lollygagging.
No. And it is eerily quiet. There's not a whole lot of your typical town. You have people
Birds,
you know,
nothing.
no birds. There's no you don't hear anyone haggling for items or anything.
Lovely.
No one's.
Birds.
Oh, I haven't seen you since last year. Ha!
Yeah.
There's no
None of
Italian
that.
guy in the corner hawking apples.
No,
Oh, I
none
got
of that.
apples.
It's very
Really like a dead town.
There's no
So,
song. There's
just
no song in the streets.
Just everybody, just anybody that happens to be furtively walking by us. If I try to talk to him, do they all just nope, and keep going?
pretty much. And then you might be able to try to persuade some people.
May I
Make me.
may I roll a persuasion check?
Yes.
All right. Okay, cool. That is a 21. So basically, what I'm trying to do is be first person she can grab, not literally grab, but as they go by, just goes, I don't want to take much of your time. I don't want to cause trouble. Is there a meeting place, a gathering place in this town, a tavern, an inn, anything like that we can go to?
You could try the bar.
What is that called, and where is it?
Blood of the Vine, over there.
Blood of the Vine?
Did you say Blood of the Vine?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, thank you, sir. Have a good day.
So I guess we're going to a place called...
We're going that way.
The Blood of the Vine.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys make your way towards, like, the center of town.
I'd like to do a perception check. See, are there, like, names on the buildings, businesses, anything?
Yeah.
There's some shops and stuff, but you can tell they've been boarded up and abandoned. A lot of them looks like they've just been looted.
So the only place really in business is the bar. Okay. Optimistic place.
Good town.
Tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestone. Tall shapes become recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except for mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance.
This place is just lovely. I'd like to move here.
So the weather's kind of just gloomy, it's rainy.
Oh, I think it's just very foggy.
Kind of
like,
overcast, probably.
Yeah.
No sun, light.
It's Indiana January, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
I gotta get
what
an idea
a
what
it's
that's
what
like.
a town would look like if it was actually hung over.
That is
I lived
accurate. It is a
You know what?
hungover town.
I have lived in Munster. How dare you, sir?
How dare you insult Barovia like that?
The party village of Barovia.
Alright, well, we...
The party bus is actually just
As
a
you guys
plague,
make
the
your way
plague
towards,
cart.
make your way towards the center of town, over here, you see there is one like sign that says Bildrath Mercantile, and it seems open.
Bildrath?
Bildrath.
Bildrath.
Bill
Bildraths. Okay, it is a possessive.
Bildraths.
I see.
It's his mercantile.
I see.
Or hers.
We don't judge.
Okay. That's a
And
shot,
then over
right?
here, you can see there is the sign that says Blood of the Vine.
Alright, well, first things first, everyone. Let's not split up
Okay.
at all
Yeah.
in this town.
I just want to make a point. I want to check out this mercantile means merchant, right?
Right.
Like it's a shop.
Yes.
I want to
Yeah.
go to the shop.
Let's go there first.
We don't have any gold.
We have some
I
gold.
got
Yeah, we
2
do.
gold.
We have some gold and we have some silver, so like it can't
That's
hurt
true.
to go in there.
This is true.
It can't hurt to look.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, it is a window shop.
Look.
As you guys,
Window shopping.
Paying the 5-finger price. Let's go.
as you guys are, talking about this in the streets, you still notice there's a lot of these people, like a lot of townsfolk are very somber, and then occasionally, like not very often, but you see like people riding in on horses, and they kind of stand out from these other Barovians. Like they're
like guards.
They dress a little bit nicer, and they actually like have smiles and look a little more like welcoming. But you notice they don't like stay in the town. Like they may stop by at the tavern or something, but then they move on.
Would it be worth anything for me to make an insight roll in regards to these weird people, or no?
Yeah, you could. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Okay.
Oh god, I'm wasting all my good rolls. That's a 22 insight.
With that, you can kind of gather they are not from this town. And it's kind of hard to tell just by like passing by, but it looks like maybe they're a lot less somber and like depressed.
They look more like noble, maybe.
Not necessarily noble, but almost looks like they're not like they don't live in this village, so they may not be like as oppressed. You kind of get that feeling.
Okay.
This town's very oppressed.
Directly underneath the castle of fucking Strahd. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have something.
Alright, okay. Well, I guess unless anyone else has anything
Are
to
we
do.
going to the mercantile or are we going to the bar?
Let's go to the mercantile first.
Mercantile first.
Mercantile.
All right. The sparse light from this building spills out from behind drawn heavy curtains. A sign over the door creaking on its hinges reads Bildrath Mercantile. So you guys enter the shop, and there is just one guy sitting there. Just kind of a very like somber looking guy. like blonde hair.
Human?
Yeah, human. Kind of older. And as you open, like, he's sitting there working on stuff, he kind of looks... And you don't have to make any insight. He looks almost terrified seeing, like, adventurers like you. Like, you can tell he's just like... Like he's seen people like you before, but...
I'm gonna walk up
What
to
time?
him.
What time of day is it?
Let's say about midday.
Midday. All right.
I'm gonna walk up to him and just be like, "Hi there.
I'm gonna help you.
Do you have any do you happen to have any short swords by any chance?"
60 gold.
Oh. For a short sword?
For a short.
60 gold.
Is it? Hold on. Wait.
I require your strongest potions.
Is it a magic short sword?
Just sword.
And you want 60 gold for it?
60 gold.
Could
It's
we?
his store. He could set the price.
Could we perhaps persuade you to come down on that price a little bit?
Nope.
Why so high? Why
If you
so,
want it badly enough, you'll pay for it.
Why so high price, might I ask?
No need.
Supply and
Do you
demand.
sell things often, friend?
How much money?
Sometimes.
How much capital do you make? Can I see?
Are you guys gonna buy something, or are you just gonna?
What
like,
else does? I'm
sit
kind
here all
of
day?
I'm kind of perusing the store. What else does he have?
Discussing, maybe take a look over what sort of wares he has available.
As you're like, it's pretty basic stuff. Just your standard like adventuring gear.
It's
and
your
stuff.
village general store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing really stands out. Like there's no like magic potions or like there's no like god hammers. Mjolnir's not in the corner anywhere.
Fuck.
Couldn't pick it up anyway.
You definitely couldn't.
Oh no, I might be able to.
Hello, Tyler Summers.
Do you get a lot?
T-Sums, I love you.
Do you get a lot of people coming in here and purchasing things? Do you get a lot of business?
Nothing like you.
Nothing like us ever.
Not in a while.
In a while.
You won't last long. It's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I would like to. Hey, Ag, let's not cause problems here.
I'm not trying to. He's being mean.
Ag, Ag. If you lived
I
in,
start stamping.
if you lived in this town, wouldn't you be a little bit?
I like you getting the head tilt in and everything.
Absolutely. All right.
I would actually like to ask him, what does he mean by we won't last long?
Make me a persuasion.
Oh yeah.
I get to use the tower. Persuasion.
That isn't.
That's a 12. I'm not trying to persuade him anything.
We
I'm
get
just asking
adventures around here sometimes. They don't last long. They either end up die or disappearing.
him. That's lovely.
I know I keep asking for these, but may I make an insight roll as to his maybe intentions? If he's just being crotchety, or if maybe he's unnatural 20, 16 plus 4.
He's pretty crotchety. He's not really hiding anything. He looks almost, You kind of get the idea that this whole village is scared of something. You can probably gather what that is. And it's almost like they've seen this kind of thing before. Like he mentions the adventurers, they've seen people come through that aren't Barovians, then they don't last long.
I'm gonna tell him, listen, I like living. You like living. It seems like you guys might have a problem, and I'm willing to take care of that problem. But the thing is I need a short sword to do that. So
I have some.
Exactly, and I'm trying to acquire it. However, I don't have
60 gold.
I don't have that. I have.
Don't mind my friend here. Don't mind my friend here. So these gentlemen on the horses outside. Can you tell us anything about them? They just seem to be strolling through.
You mean the Vistani?
The Vistani.
I'm afraid we don't know what that means, friend.
We're not from around here.
They live outside the village.
Are they kind of like gypsies?
No, I think they're just people.
Kind of.
Oh.
Do they have a settlement
This
nearby?
name sounds really familiar.
Perhaps.
It's pretty much anywhere that isn't here.
So, when you guys get the adventurers coming in, are they, who's in charge of the town here?
Well, That would be the burgomaster. The
burgomaster.
The burgomaster.
It's a German word.
Yeah, it means like mayor.
Doesn't have anything to do with burgers.
Sounds tasty.
Unfortunately, no.
The Burger King, if you will.
Y'all suck. Okay.
Just blankly staring at us like, I don't get their humor. Fucking idiots.
60 gold.
His the mansions. He kind of points out where the
Okay.
we haven't seen him in a while though. He might be dead.
Okay.
Good to know.
Well, good to know. We
actually
will
kinda
see
surprised.
you later.
He doesn't come out for the parades?
We thank you for your time, sir.
Mardi Gras of death.
Yeah, let's just
Good luck.
kind of scooch out of here,
I take a silver piece and I flick it towards him and I just say, "This is for your troubles."
Yeah.
Does he?
No, he doesn't even say thank you. These are very rude people. These people are very rude. You get it? They're all rude.
All right, well let's go to.
Break my goodwill.
Well, I mean,
None
like
of them watch Barney's.
I mean, like it seems like they kind of live on the shittier side of Detroit. So
with no RoboCop.
With no RoboCop. See, Sanders. All right, let's go to the Blood on the Vine. Blood of the Vine.
All right, you guys want to go to the Blood of the Vine?
sure, I'm always up to go to a bar. That's talent right there.
Hello, Shelby Paul Wolf. Thank you for joining us.
I will.
What up? All right. Let me reread this. A single shaft of light thrust illumination into the main square, its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood of the Vine Tavern.
All right, well, Garta will lead the way inside.
I'm gonna kind of stop everybody for a moment. And you guys like to point out what happened last time we were all in a bar? Let's try to not do that. Ag, shut up.
And then I just like make a cinematic look towards the camera that's not there, and I'm just like, fuck.
All right, we all played our role. We all played our role in that last time.
Hello, Logan Tyler. Thank you for joining us.
All right, as you guys get inside the tavern, it is not it's your typical looking tavern, but it's not nearly as happy.
No.
There's three people sitting like off to the side in a door. It's you can tell they're like the standing that the guy had mentioned. Mm-hmm. They're like, and they're all three females, and they're kind of mind their own business. There is the barkeeper, who's just cleaning glasses.
Are they dirty glasses with a dirtier rag?
Pretty much.
Tropes.
And then there is a single guy sitting by himself, kind of like off to the side.
No bard?
Can I?
No bard.
No bard?
No
playing sound,
songs in these
No
parts.
bard playing Sound of Silence in the corner or something?
It's hashtag sad boy hours all the time here.
Everybody hurts.
All right, Garta is going to approach the barkeep. Actually, no, she doesn't drink. I forgot.
I will absolutely approach the barkeep.
I'm gonna go with.
I won the drinking contest last time. Is he spitting in the glass before he cleans it out?
It's my cleanest glass.
It sounds clean.
Find your finest grog, sir.
We have wine.
That'll work.
You only have wine?
We have wine.
What is it with
How
these
many
people in
wines
one-liners
do you
in this town?
What different types of wines do you have?
We got this one. You pour some.
I just grab it out of the way.
I'm
taking it out from in front of Ag. It's mine. He handed it to me.
Make sure you like from across.
Real quick, I'm going to like
from across.
I'm gonna, like kind of like percept the. I don't know. It seems weird to percept the wine, but like I
what do you
see if
insight?
Like, unusual.
You can do insight to see if it's.
I'm already drinking it.
Or like nature or something.
That's not bad.
9?
It's whiny.
Oh, 10. My bad.
It looks like it's a red wine. You're not sure if it's dry or sweet.
Yeah,
perhaps
I'm just downing it.
Perhaps a Merlot.
I'm not even.
As you guys are like sitting at the bar getting your drinks, are you getting a drink as well?
Garta says,
I'll plop up to the bar
from across the bar.
Make
sure you ask how much it is before you.
How much? At the bar, I'm taking more of a read of the room. I let them go in.
As you see that, like,
I like
you know,
booze, so how much?
The three people that are sitting there, they don't even look at you. But as you look around, you see the one guy sitting by himself, kind of like looking at you guys, and he's not. Doesn't seem as like staring as rude. He kind of straightens up and smiles a little bit, like he's happy to see you. And then as you guys are ordering, he'll come up to you and say, "Oh no, I got this. I'll get this."
Oh, thank you, friend.
And he paid, and the bartender.
I'm not gay.
The bartender pours all the wine, and then he just goes back to the glasses. So you see, he's just cleaning glasses.
Mm-hmm. Good thing you got that cleared up.
Well, thank you.
God buys us drinks. We are not gay.
Please come have a seat.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
My name is Ismark.
Anyone who buys drinks
Nice
from me,
to
I have
meet
friends
you.
of. So.
All right. Well,
Nice to meet you, Ismark.
Good to meet you, sir.
Giant hand.
How big is this guy? Yeah.
Just your typical human.
yeah. Garta introduces herself. My name's Garta Anvilsong. It's good to meet you, sir. I'm going to admit, nice to see a friendly face in this town.
I just
Don't
kind
get
of,
many friendly faces here.
I just kind of lift the what's left of the wine glass towards him. Varanus.
It's good to meet you all. I am Ismark. This is really hard to pronounce. Kolavanich.
I'm just gonna go with Ismark.
We'll call
Everyone
you
calls
whatever
me.
you
Everyone
want.
calls me Ismark.
Is that a Bible name?
Is
Ismark the what?
the lesser? Is there an
Ismark the
Is there an Ismark the Greater? No,
No.
not meaning to pry. I apologize.
They call that because it's my father. Is
That's my daddy.
Kolyan. Kolyan.
Kolya.
Kind of live in his shadow, I guess you'd say.
I see.
He's the burgomaster here.
Oh,
Have
we
you
were
seen
actually-
him recently.
we were told to look for him. Actually, well,
we were
sort of.
We were kind of told he hadn't been seen around lately.
It's been a while.
Sorry, didn't mean to step on you there.
I was wondering, you guys seem like adventurers. Certainly not from here.
You could call us that.
I don't know how we got here.
I was wondering if I could ask for your help.
Well, do you? Before we begin debating those terms, do you have any idea how to get out of here?
There's doors over there.
Do you have any idea how to get
Out of Barovia.
We're looking for Daggerfoot.
No one leaves Barovia.
What?
How does? Well, then how do people get? I saw the people. The point.
I mean, they could leave, but no one fully leaves this land.
Does it have something to do
The
with
fog
the weird?
swallows
I was
them
gonna
up.
say, what's with the weird mist?
The fog, you said, it swallows them up?
The fog. If you get too deep in the fog, you'll
I've seen
don't
a
kill you.
Shyamalan movie before.
You don't come out. Okay. All right. So, can I make like some kind of
It's a Stephen King book.
survival
it's the mist.
or like some kind of roll to, because like out of character I know about Ravenloft, but like Garta herself doesn't.
Okay.
That I'm aware of, but I would like to make some kind of roll to know whether or not I understand the concept of Ravenloft.
Knowledge.
The history.
History.
Would that be history? Or
Yeah.
religion?
Anyone's welcome to do that if anyone's not history.
I will do so as well.
I got a 4. I don't know shit.
History.
17.
I got a 5.
I got 18.
Oh my God, Callum, I love you,
9.
and all you other people who are watching, but mostly Callum.
We don't play favorites here. Yes, we do.
Thank you to everybody for joining us on Facebook Live. We appreciate
Yes, thank you.
Also,
So, what
thank
everyone
you.
roll?
17.
18.
Whose is this?
What?
you
Oh, I
roll?
got like 9.
9.
Do you mind if we spin this just a little bit so I pass
The
the mic?
Alexes?
I got a 4.
I got a 5. So
So you guys,
Look who's the smart ones now.
you guys know that, like, when they say Castle Ravenloft and
My wife
Strahd,
is cooler than me.
that like centuries ago, Strahd came in with his armies and pretty much decimated this land and like took control.
Now my wife's watching. Hi, my wife. Continue.
So like, he basically took control of this land. But as you guys know, because it's been, you've heard these stories as children, like spooky, scary stories. This is on a different plane. This is not part of Forgotten Realms, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
And you guys kind of you like grew up hearing these stories, but it were just stories. Like spooky stories keep your kids from
Go to
stealing
bed or
candy.
Strahd will
Yeah.
get you.
Yeah. But you guys start to realize now that maybe these weren't just bedtime stories.
Well, we did just kind of see the giant, again, not giant, vampire on the castle. Kind of, you.
All right. So, all right. Well, we'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
Yes, you have.
So you had.
No, I was. Might interject.
Please.
In character, might that have anything to do with the man in the castle?
Oh, you mean Strahd?
Oh, that's Strahd, huh?
Ken.
He might. We don't know.
As you guys are talking, I'll just kind of like read these like
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, so just
Have at it.
Strahd Van Zarowich is a vampire, and he dwells in Castle Ravenloft. You guys kind of gathered that. No one is welcome at the castle. The Devil Strahd is a curse placed on the land because of the forgotten sin of the Barovians' ancestors.
Okay.
All right.
And like he's. Oh, I know I'm just reading these, but you guys are having conversation.
We're having an exposition.
Yeah. A vampire must rest in its coffin during the day. At night, it can summon wolves and vermin to do its bidding. A vampire can transform into a bat, a wolf, or a cloud of mist.
Where at?
In its human form, it can dominate you with its powerful gaze.
Oh.
A vampire can enter a residence without an invitation from one of its occupants. You guys
helpful.
all know that kind of
That's
stuff.
helpful.
Yeah.
Running water burns a vampire like acid, and sunlight causes a vampire to burst into flame.
Helpful things.
I'm going to take a bottle of water
What is that?
and then just start running towards him with it and be like, running water!
Mr. Barani. No, the rules specifically say for vampires in 5e that doesn't work. It has to be like a stream.
Yeah.
Or a river.
Because that would just be
Or like a
hilarious, though.
waterfall.
That would still be
That would be
hilarious.
fucking hilarious.
Just
And
running
then-
at him with water and be like, it's running water.
You guys got
Oh, god.
and like like you say, he's very friendly. He'll buy you guys a couple, some wine.
I'm happy to have wine.
And we'll learn more about this.
I'd like to know more about this job he's proposing.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll basically once
We'll come to that.
Okay.
Anyone who attempts to leave the land of Barovia begins to choke on the fog. Those who don't turn back perish. Can pretty much tell you that. Many strangers have been drawn to Barovia over the years, but they all die or disappear before long. You guys gathered it too from like the merchant that
Yeah.
Yeah.
wolves, dire wolves, and werewolves prowl the Savlik woods, and hungry bats fill the skies at night.
Damn.
Fucking cool.
So being out after
This
dark
is just a
is
great
sounds
vacation
just-
spot.
Fucking depressing.
This is just a great vacation spot.
The village of Barovia sits
That real estate's cheap.
All of that.
very cheap.
60 gold.
Everything's 60 gold. It's like the dollar store.
I'm sorry.
It's $60.
Continue.
Oh, Twig, thank you
It's
for
a
that.
$60 store.
God damn it.
$60.
I love you, Twig.
The village of Barovia sits at the east end of the valley. Its burgomaster is named Colin Erndervich. You can tell that's his father.
Who's
Right.
that?
His pappy.
The
The
greater.
dude we're talking to's father, the
greater.
the Burgermeister. That's the word.
I know, it's just
The town of Valaki lies in the heart of the valley. Its burgomaster is named Baron Vargas Valowich.
What was the name of that town?
Valaki.
Valaki.
Okay, thank you.
Like Valakia, but just Valakia.
And as he kind of mentions that, he's like, that's where I need your help.
Alright.
Gotcha.
Well, since we can't leave here, we may as well do what we can to help out, so what is it?
Is there any prospect of payment for this?
Let's hear him out first.
I would just
Well,
like to buy
I
stuff.
can't offer much, but I was wondering if you can aid with protecting my my sister, well, adopted sister. Need to get her out of here, Irina.
Get her
Irina
out
out
of
of
here, as in,
Barovia?
yeah.
Out of Barovia, it'd probably be the safest for her.
As in,
For some reason, Strahd is taking a liking to her.
Oh.
I'm not really sure why.
Where would we be taking her if we were taking her out of Barovia?
I think the best course would probably be the village of Valaki.
Okay.
how far away is that?
Yeah.
It's a couple days ride
Couple days ride. You want us?
or walk.
We don't want to be out
horses
after dark.
Is
we
there...
kind of
I'm
established that
assuming
idea.
there's no places to rest along the way in safety.
It's not much that's safe here, friend.
He got me there.
Is this
He got me there.
this is a tavern, right? Or is this
I'd
just
like
a
to-
bar?
It's a tavern.
Okay.
We still need a rest at some point.
I tell him, listen, escort jobs are pretty dangerous, and especially we're already in a dangerous place. This might be the last night we're able to rest.
Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get a hotel room or something here, guys.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try and persuade the guy to help us out with the price a little bit.
Hold on. You say that you're the Burgermeister's son, and I'm assuming that such a man would have a rather nice accommodation relative to the rest of the town. Might we be quartered in your residence for the evening?
Got a place we can crash?
We could probably work that out.
I'd appreciate that, because we went through a bit of an ordeal for the last couple of days.
Yeah, out of curiosity, has anyone noticed this weird house behind us that kind of was there and then was not there, and then...
There's plenty of weird houses here, friend.
That one was kind of crumbled into dust after a little bit, and...
Either way.
What was the last name? It was Thornwald and
no,
what the hell was the name of that family?
Gustav.
The Gustav house?
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well,
hallucinated.
Do you have a library we might be able to peruse a little bit?
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
I believe there is.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've been there. If you guys agree, which I fully appreciate, you can, if you would like to meet me at the mansion.
All right.
I'm down for that. Yes.
I feel it's best that we move her, and I heard that Vallaki is very well defended.
That works.
There might be
for
other
me.
places to take her to.
That works for me.
Well,
she's currently at the mansion.
It's a good place to start.
I want to try and
as far as I don't like asking for compensation, but especially if we have no way of getting home, we need a means of living. So when we return from this job, or when we get to Vallaki, it would be very much appreciated if we could be compensated for our services.
I'll see what I can do.
I understand that your means are probably stretched very thin in a place like this.
Very.
Yeah, so we'll work it out.
The main thing is to get her away from here.
And we will do everything in our power to make that happen.
Out of curiosity, what is the Burgermeister's relationship with Strahd?
I mean, no one really has a relationship with Strahd.
Well, that's
just...
you said he took an interest in your sister, so I didn't know if there was some kind of...
that he's taken an interest in your sister.
He's been trying to break in for some time now.
Oh!
How?
He can't enter if they don't invite him.
Oh...
Please tell me he's just like throwing rocks at the window. Let me in!
Alright.
He's got a boombox.
Let me in!
Everybody hurts!
A monster mash!
Graveyard smash!
He's out there doing the truffle shuffle.
Okay. Alright. Well,
yeah, everyone does Thriller here.
Ismark? Ismark?
Yes.
Alright, then I believe the most prudent course of action would be retire for the evening. We can help protect your household, as if it's required overnight. And beyond that, we would, I think, leave at first light and try to get as close to Vallaki as we could. Unless anyone objects to that.
Good.
Very well. I have some business to attend to first, so if you want to...
Thanks for the drinks.
If you want to meet me at the mansion, let's say, towards along the evening.
Thank you for the drinks.
Don't stay out
too late.
No.
I have no intention of doing so.
Were you... Did Ag... You were starting to say something.
No. I'll get to that when we get to the mansion.
You want to go to the library first?
Oh, well, no, I was wondering if, the mansion had one.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
But, it's...
I'm partial to that.
It's a...
Barkeep had coffee, too, apparently.
So, okay.
What does Corin think of all this?
Corin's been very
Yeah,
quiet.
Corin's been quiet, sorry.
What's Corin think of all this?
Corin's ready to adventure. I'm not looking to get totally wasted. So I'm just enjoying, I'm a little guy, so my
Corin's
mug
pretty much
is
just down for whatever.
I'm just hanging out.
Sure.
Corin's just down for whatever.
Corin's DTF.
They come in pints?
What the?
I'm getting one. All right. I would like to have a quick word with the Vistani, unless that's we don't want to do that.
The ones at the bar, I'm up for it because I'm curious as to how they're getting around if no one leaves.
So I'm gonna hang back where I am instead of approaching the Vistani. I'm gonna kind of hang back because I don't want to just
I'll go up
overwhelm
with you.
them with like 7 people.
I mean,
I'm gonna go up with you just because
Guard is a very
approachable, hairy dwarf woman.
absolutely.
I'm going up just because I have no.
Yeah, okay.
I don't
so
care. I'll go.
Garda,
You can hang on.
So we shake. I'll shake on it with his mark, and
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And he'll buy you guys another round, and I must
I like this guy.
I don't drink, but
And,
thank you.
and as you guys notice,
I
like,
take Garda's drinks.
as you guys notice, you look over the bartender. He's cleaning glasses.
Uh-huh.
You can tell, like he'll get done with the set of glasses, and starts right back and starts cleaning them again.
I was gonna say, like, he's been. There must have been a lot of people here earlier. Or hasn't done dishes in a week or two.
He's hourly, you
I
know.
wanna see if I can-
when the rag is as dirty as it is, it takes a while.
I want to see if I can like just reach over the bar to where the clean glasses are when his back is turned,
Hey.
and then just pour my wine into it and put the dirty glass there, just to see what he
That's
does.
We have a history of pissing off bartenders. Could you not? No.
Make me a sleight of hand.
May I make a?
I'm not really gonna do
Okay,
this. It's just a joke.
Okay.
Sounds like we're starting to figure out what happened at the other bar.
It's all coming together.
So yeah, he and I.
Yeah,
Garda and I go up to the Stani.
I've been doing a lot of talking. So is anyone else want to do something before I?
I'm just kind of curious. I'm not really doing much. I don't mind not talking.
Did we
much.
decide if we were going to talk to the Vistani?
He and I are going to talk to the Vistani.
But
So.
if you want to take the lead, absolutely.
No, I'll just I'll be paying attention. I'll be watching from the bar in case they decide they want to.
So
I'm going to step
Start
out
some
of the
shit.
bar because I'm too big.
Yeah. I'm so happy that I'm only a foot
Large.
shorter than you.
You guys walk up to him. They acknowledge you, but they're females.
Excuse me, ladies. Might I have a word with you? I just have
What do you need?
I can't help but notice that you have horses and can leave. Where did you get those?
They look at you kind of. What?
Where did you get your horses?
Your horses. Where did you get them?
Where do everyone get horses?
Stables.
The wilds. Stables.
The wilds.
Are you guys going to pay your tab?
One dude
He
paid
did
for us.
He paid for us.
Very well. And they kind of go back to talk to.
Oh, that escalated.
Can I make another insight roll?
Yes, you may.
I'm sitting at the bar.
Can I make I am intimidated roll?
Yeah, that's a 21. Like what? Wait, ooh. What's their deal?
Yes. That's my thing. You can tell they could give a shit less about you.
All right.
But like as that comment says, they may have some sort of stakes or possible ownership of the bar.
I'm going to ask you guys. Don't seem like you're from the town. Where are you from?
Excuse me.
We're from outside of town, but we own this bar.
Well, I didn't hear the last part. I'm sorry.
They own this bar.
We own this bar.
Thank you.
That
was
well, you're
that
not
was me deaf.
particularly
Me deaf,
friendly, lasses.
calling out. I'm just
They look at you and just they don't make. They just kind of.
I'm just a halfling sitting at the bar, and they're like,
Garda hears that, just goes.
I just yell back. It wasn't me this time.
It's a very fine establishment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I kind of lift my glass. Good wine.
great selection.
Glad you enjoy.
I don't care. It's wine. It's alcohol, and I have plenty
Alright.
in my body.
I mean,
Since I'm outside.
Are you outside?
Yes.
No, you
God
didn't
damn.
go inside the bar at all.
damn.
No, I stepped in the bar and I stepped out after we were done talking to him.
Yeah, he said that.
Oh.
No, I was in the bar for all that, but I stepped out
Yeah.
because we were done talking to him, and they were just.
Oh, I didn't know you were outside.
Yeah, he
Yep,
he stepped
stepped out.
outside.
I stepped outside because I'm a giant fucking person.
With that, I'm gonna pause with you guys. I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna deal with this man.
Deal with that, man.
Hey, buddy.
That
Yeah, buddy.
man.
Love you.
There goes that
You.
man.
He can kill me.
All right, so you're walking around. You're outside, kind of like getting the lay of the land. Pretty much the same thing. There's, it's very quiet. You still hear sobbing. You can kind of tell the sobbing is coming from like the other corner of the bar, like over this direction.
Mm-hmm.
And you're out there just kind of getting the lay of the land. You hear the sound of small wooden wheels rolling across damp cobbles. You trace the lonely sound to a hunched figure bundled in rags, pushing a rickety cart through the fog. So you see like an old lady kind of off in the distance, kind of, and you see her. She like puts her, she stops and knocks on doors. Like just knocks on every door.
Keep going.
Occasionally people will come in, will open the door, and there'll be an exchange of goods. And she'll have these they look like pastries almost.
Oh.
And they exchange. It looks like money, and then she goes to the next house. And at one point, we'll say she's about, I don't know, probably about 50, 60 feet. You knocks one door, and there's kind of an exchange and an argument. You can't quite hear everything. And then you hear, you see her just kind of go in the house and pick up what looks like a child. The child's screaming, and then the parents are begging her no, and she throws the child in a sack.
Oh.
And ties the sack up and throws it in the cart, and just continues. And you can see the parents fight it for a little bit, and then they just go back in the house.
Holy fuck!
Jesus.
Meanwhile, we're clinking drinks.
Yeah, we're
Adventures.
They're all.
You thought you were getting some fresh air.
No, you get fresh
now I'm
baby
watching,
stealing.
Something awful happened outside.
I'm watching
Literal kidnapping.
Yeah, you get
Granny Ghost
I'm
stealing
Sheriff
children.
John Bonnell.
you get the fresh taste of baby snatching.
All right. I mean,
Good morning, old lady with carts.
does
Why don't you take a
Twice
seat?
Orphan just like me?
Yeah,
Twice Orphan is not. He's going to be taken back a little bit, but he's not going to be hey, stop. He's going to go and try to assess the situation. What I'm gonna what role?
He's just they're only losing their parents once.
So what are you trying to do? Just kind of try to talk to her, or
just try to get a better
once orphan
look and just kind of what she is exactly.
Let's try insight.
Yeah. Insight. 5.
She kind of gets close to you, and then she'll cut down a street, and it's the same thing. It's knocking on doors. Some people don't answer at all.
Baby tax. Baby tax.
And you almost, it's only the one child you see that she takes. But and you can tell that there's these pastries that she's handing, and you can even see as you get closer, you see some people before she even knocks, the doors open, and they're handing them gold, her gold. Right away.
Oh boy, I think I.
So she gives they open the door. They give her gold. She gives them the pastry. If she does not give them, or if he does not give them, does not give her gold, then she takes their kid.
As you can tell, it's almost like the child. It's almost like a debt they didn't pay. Like when they couldn't pay after they accepted it, then she took the child.
Because I was thinking maybe she was giving these the pastries are to fatten these kids up, that kind of fairy tale. But that's out of character.
Yeah.
But you guys don't see it.
Yeah, we're also all inside.
Yeah, and she kind of
we're all still pestering the bar.
Goes this direction, and
hey,
eventually she kind of disappears out of your view. All right, so back to the bar.
I'm gonna actually start walking outside to get a breath of fresh air myself.
Head over to the house where the child was stolen and knock.
All right, you as you approach.
Are you gonna go up by yourself so much more?
I'm just across the street.
He's 50, 60 feet.
Well, he's a big guy. He's not
let's
scared.
say you start walking out of the bar too.
Yeah.
You see him start walking away to a house.
Guys, Twice Orphan's kind of wandering.
He found a prostitute.
I set the clean glasses.
You make it to the house, and you kind of get up there, and
I'm kind
of
of jogging over to him now.
Whisper, you can't make out what it is as you get to the door.
All right. Well,
I'm kind of
try to knock.
I'm kind of jogging lightly over.
You
to where
knock,
he's at.
and then it goes silent, and no one answers the door.
So at this point, we're outside of the bar now.
I mean, we were outside the front.
If you guys are all heading outside, you'll see Twice Orphan knocking on someone's door.
He's down there.
Like I said, I'm en route.
It's
to
his.
him. I'm kind of jogging across the
interaction.
He cop knocks
Oh.
I'm not cop knocking. I'm just being gentle about it and like.
But I'm not an old lady.
Might I inquire as to the happenings I just witnessed? I'm not from here. If you could, please.
I just want to talk.
Let me know what's going on.
Jehovah's Witness.
You can't. You like here's like silence and whispering and like, make him go away. How? Go away.
So
no solicitors.
As we're like walking closer, Garda's like, "What's going on?"
I tell her what I
explain that.
All right, yeah.
So as he says this, Garda's just.
Yeah, somebody's taking a kid. She's
So she goes over to the door, gentle pop, pop, pop.
Go away.
May I roll a persuasion roll to convince them to let me in?
Yeah.
Or
What are you saying?
So basically, say, excuse me, we are from outside of town, and my friend told me what he just witnessed, and I was wondering if you could tell us anything so we could possibly do something to help you.
Make me a persuasion.
That would be a 21.
So as you do that, you kind of like the door.
And so Garda makes sure everyone stands back.
The door opens slightly.
Yeah.
And you see like a pale face.
Yeah, and Garda's standing back to make it clear she's not trying to like
being the least amount of threatening as possible.
So she's just standing there doing her best mom face.
There's not much you can help with.
What was that? What's going on?
She comes here about every day.
Who is it?
I don't know her name.
What is she giving you?
It's the dream pastries.
What is a dream pastry?
It's delicious, is what it is.
Pause while I forgot to bookmark that page.
No.
It's
fucking crab trucker.
You heard of peyote?
Never heard of
Kind of like that.
They're edibles.
Hey,
It's crazy, man.
But I just did bath sauce, and your face looks tasty.
Sorry, I should have been more prepared.
That's fine, dude.
You're good.
You're good.
Totally okay. What we trucking?
Oh, motherfucking crab guys, what we trucking?
We have to do that.
Salt! We just describe giant salt trucks.
Thanks to everybody who's watching us.
With my tiny hands, I'm just like, Big Tall Trucker 5 here. Traveling out on the wide open roads of the race. Okay, you ready? Okay.
Thanks to everyone who's listening to this, interlude of big motherfucking crab truckers in a D&D campaign.
Dark Santa giving out bacon donuts for little kids.
Oh, see, that doesn't sound so bad.
Continuing to be the Statler and Waldorf for this show.
I mean, shit, dude. All right, GM. What does he say, or what does he think?
So he'll open the door, but he won't invite you guys in. He won't open the door very, very much.
No, that's fine.
Kind of like cracked open.
But yeah, he talks about the dream pastries are like, they put people almost into like a trance. And it puts them in a like a joyous place.
I'm seeing what's going on here.
Same, ketamine.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I got this, guys.
that took a turn.
Corey's been around the world.
It brings like vivid dreams of lands that are far from here. So you guys can kind of gather that would be kind of addicting.
Yeah.
In a place like this.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, all right. So
why did she take?
I was gonna say, Garda's starting to get, and you couldn't pay, could you?
He doesn't say. He's kind of like sinks down a little bit lower.
And so Garda's just like, for a second there, like the mama bear, deep down starts like kind of flares up, but then she just goes, I understand the circumstances around you. And I hope you're satisfied. And she turns around and she fucking...
Oh, shit!
She fucking walks.
He takes 4 cold damage.
Yeah, because now, and obviously, like, she's never had to deal with anything like this. But to her...
I look over at Uthal and I say, do you know which way she went?
Yeah.
Which way did she go?
George?
Please?
I last saw her go around this corner over here, knocking on the doors.
I want to.
Great, let's go.
I really didn't think
Great,
this
let's
night
go
was
beat up
going to
an
end
old
up
woman.
with us chasing an old woman in the street.
Everyone.
As you guys, you
We
spent,
need a rest.
you guys spent a few hours in the tavern and stuff, so it's getting a little darker.
Did we get a rest doing that?
No, we're gonna get arrested tonight.
I mean, you guys able to get like
Wonder if we're gonna get a rest when we chase down the
not necessarily
creepy
getting
old
dark,
lady.
but it's getting along.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
a
getting
little later.
The evening's coming about.
I mean, sitting in the tavern would probably be a short rest, so you could probably roll a hit die to regain, because you're not back at full health yet.
No, I'm not.
So,
Well, if we're just gonna rest up, yeah.
I mean, God
You make a
knows.
fair point. You make a fair point. God knows
Well,
what
I
happens
am
between
going
now and then.
to take note of the darkening skies and mention.
If you guys
It
go
is-
out and you try to look around, like you kind of, we'll say you guys kind of go down that path where you see where he said, you don't see anything.
She's gone by that
Yeah.
point. Okay.
And we've already basically it's just like we've already made a deal, and
Does
we
shit, I
can't
was gonna
start
ask.
pulling ourselves in all these different directions.
I'm just going
We'll
to
keep an
try-
eye out for
Cold, Mom.
Little Miss Baby Snatcher.
So
And,
yeah, do we?
Put an arm
So,
over, like, on
Before we
Darcy's
go,
shoulder
I'm
and
gonna
just look at
ask.
her and
I'm
say,
gonna
"Are you
ask
okay?"
them, what is she?
I was gonna ask if she had a name.
No, they already said that they didn't know her name.
Oh, okay. I didn't
That
hear it.
she just appears.
They don't.
So-
I don't think they know anything about
So
her.
here's the question then: are we going to pursue her, or are we going to go to the mansion?
We don't have time to do both.
We've
That's-
already
that's why I'm asking.
we've already made an agreement.
My word is my bond, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to just go back on that.
Word is
That's
bond.
her.
Dwarves.
Dwarves.
Yeah.
Dwarfs.
So basically, you do that, and guard is just like, not particularly, but we'll just have to deal with that as it comes. Thank you, though. And starts heading to the
Mansion.
Yeah,
Burgermeister's
just kinda trail
mansion.
behind
Yeah.
As we start going towards the mansion.
All right.
Anyways,
You guys still hear like that? Like as you guys like turn the corner, like over here, you still hear that like sobbing. And it's clearly coming from.
I'd like to go find out where that's coming
Yeah,
from.
I mean-
just curious
Actually,
here.
hold on.
If it's on our way,
I mean, we haven't kicked anyone's ass so far.
All that I'm saying.
I'm
I
half
just
ground,
want
but
to make one point: is we've seen a lot of fucked up shit happen recently, and I don't think a crying lady is necessarily anything out of the ordinary for what is going on here.
that's okay. We're here.
just saying.
I'm going to throw this out there. We can hear her sobbing from down the frickin' block, man.
I,
That's not
Going
exactly a
to-
stun
I'm
toe.
not going to fight it. If you
Twice
guys want to
Orphan
go.
is just going to assume it's somebody that had their child stolen as well and not think anything of it.
Valid.
yeah.
I'm curious though.
From
I'd
everything
like
If you
he
want
just
to go-
watched, he's just going to be like,
As you guys walk by it, a moaning sob floats through the still gray streets, coloring your thoughts with sadness. The sounds flow from a dark 2-story townhouse.
It's sad time hours.
It's always said.
You know what? We've already dealt with one
Gordon,
crazy
you can
house.
get
I'm not
bummed
going
out,
back into
man.
that
All
house.
right.
Yeah, agreed. I say we do not go in any other house.
We've already messed with the mess.
Let's
The houses here are kind of fucked up. We're not doing this.
It's
this.
coming from the 2-story house.
The house is crying.
Is it dark? Is it like dark?
Yeah. We'll say like Gardo will walk up. It looks like barred up a little bit, like barricaded.
Yeah. Let's.
I'm going to say, she probably had her child stolen too.
Yeah, or something equally bad. What?
You know what? We'll deal with it later.
We'll-
deal with
we'll-
it in the morning.
We'll mark that down on the.
On our to-do list.
Put a
Twice
pin in it.
Orphan literally doesn't care.
Yeah.
And he's just going to start pressing on.
Let's keep on going to the mansion. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just
I
like,
don't wanna
kind of look
fuck
around
with
like,
a lady in a spooky
guys,
house.
we'll deal with this mañana.
Manana.
All right. So you guys make your way towards the mansion.
Hell yeah, we're staying in a mansion tonight.
A weary
We're
looking
moving
mansion.
up in the world.
Weary looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clank of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the ground and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been trampled down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw marks have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of the fires that assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, and each one marked with stains of evil omen.
Jesus.
What a happy little village this is.
Determine... No, never mind. Can I determine the origin of the stonework?
Ooh, I get advantage on that.
Same here.
Because I'm a guild craftsman.
I get advantage. I have advantage, and yeah. It's the same thing. We're some dwarves.
You guys want to roll for it?
Why not? I got a 2 and a 3.
It's stone.
My best
It is a stone.
Racks.
13.
You know it is a stone that you use to build buildings with.
Man, these things look like they're stones used to build buildings.
I'm glad
I
that you
know.
guys took the time to check out the architecture.
And as we're like walking along, and I'm just like, these stones, they're very
Stony.
All right, so is Ismark?
If you guys want to make me a perception.
on walls.
God damn it, Twig.
15.
Thanks, Twig.
Perception. Okay. Natural 1.
I am perceiving...
You rolled a
That's
D10.
a wrong damn dice. I'm not paying attention. That is an 8. That is... Where's my... 12.
Oh, so anyone with 11 and higher. 11 and higher?
I think it's...
Did you do a perception roll?
No.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
You guys, all three of you see that there's like trampled weeds around the mansion, and looks like people have been like walking through the certain areas, and you can also see there's like there's paw prints, like wolf paw prints, and like human footprints.
Didn't he say Strahd's been trying to get in?
As they're walking up and stuff,
It's going to be a
Guardian and I
restful
are
night,
just
guys.
We're just kind of looking around at the walls and stuff, and we're just like, man, I remember being in a building with a stone like this once. Did you really? No.
I mean, is Ismark around the building?
As you guys are
Hi, Mark.
you guys get up there, you're like checking out everything. We'll say after a couple of minutes, you guys look up the street and you see Ismark walking through. Oh, thank you for.
Good. Hey, what's up?
Thank you for coming.
Hey, very quickly before we go inside, scary lady carting around pastries and stealing children. What do you know about that?
What do you know about dream pastries?
what?
Dream pastries, maybe? Does that ring a bell?
No.
How about a crying building?
Crying building.
Yeah.
The house down the way, you would have had to have passed it.
Please don't act like we're the weird ones here. Jesus.
You're a little desensitized here, Ismark.
I mean, there's someone in the building, and the building wasn't crying itself. But
Anyhow.
it's not all that uncommon.
Someone's
here.
crying in the alley. Oh, it must be Tuesday.
All right. So your sister...
9 o'clock, sob uncontrollably. Noon, light snack. 1 o'clock, sob uncontrollably.
So your
Crippling
your
self-loathing.
sister's
Rehydrate.
your sister's inside then.
I hope so.
What's her deal?
All right.
Okay,
Roll
no.
for seduction.
Oh my. Okay, but no, really. So it's
Nat
just like
20. How you doing?
so we are.
So he gets up there, he knocks, and
I'm
it's me, Ismark.
looking around at the tracks and trampled grass. I'm not quite to the door, but I'm just behind them.
All right. She you guys see a face kind of pop in from a broken window, kind of look and notice Ismark.
I hope she's like of age because we've been saying some creepy shit.
Yeah, Dungeon
Corn
Master
hasn't
get pissed
said anything.
again.
Twice orphaned.
How old is she?
Doesn't care.
How old is she?
You're just a terrible person.
She
No, I'm
does,
just kidding.
I mean, she looks.
Is she like a child?
No. She looks of age. I wouldn't say middle age, but younger. She has like auburn hair, and she's very, very good looking.
Trying to get up on that.
So she'll mention when she sees his mark, she'll let you guys in. The interior of this mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Notable oddities are the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. The burgomaster is in a side drawing room on the floor, lying in a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers and a faint odor of decay.
That's
the burger.
That's your
burger?
father, right?
And, yes.
Is he dead or undead?
He's dead. He looks dead.
Why? I
was just kind of asking.
No, we're asking you.
I thought you said. I thought you said you didn't know what had happened to him.
We just showed up here like this.
And they both kind of
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna break a leg off this chair and go poke around that corpse.
No. So okay. Basically, what I'm trying to get at here is, so Ismark hasn't been to the mansion for a while. Was what he said, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this the first time he's seen him dead?
They kind of talk together.
Okay.
He's passed about a week now.
The dude sits up tonight.
What
I'm
took him?
punching
Do you
him.
know? Do you guys know what took him?
Death.
I don't know if he's been. I want to.
Quick maths.
Make me an insight on Irina. She seems she like when she sees you guys.
You said insight.
18.
Get in there.
16.
I got a rock.
16.
7.
We're doing insight.
7.
21.
She seems very, like most people in this town, very
Furtive, I think is the word you're looking for.
Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm. But there's glimmer of sadness.
He didn't hydrate at 6 o'clock.
There was a very strict regimen to follow, dog.
Sobbing, hydration, sobbing.
The dry sobbing started.
Okay. Oh god.
It's not dry sobbing. It's
All right. Sorry, Dave. Please continue.
The guy ugly cried himself to death.
But she seems, she just seems kind of scared and obviously mourning. And Ismark, they kind of talk to each other and there's a great sadness. You said you had a 21, Corin?
Yep.
You notice as you're kind of checking her out, her hair is kind of off to one side, and when she kind of moves, you may see maybe almost looks like maybe a bite mark.
Oh dear.
But you can't quite tell. It looks like something is she's kind of
Can I go over and?
He's going to go perception. He's just going to
stare.
stare.
I want to try and see if there's any way that
Move your
I can determine
All right.
if there's any open wounds maybe or anything.
I'm gonna make a medicine roll on that actually.
Yeah, that'd be more out. Both of you can if you'd like.
That's a 17 medicine roll.
That's a 7 medicine roll.
Why are we medicine rolling?
Finding out how the guy died.
I'm sorry. It was actually 3 days ago we died, not a week.
Okay.
7. There's no visible wounds or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And as you guys get there, she kind of comes up to you and she's like, I just had the page. God damn it! Sorry. He's just.
What page, dear?
His heart just couldn't stand the constant assault this house has been under. He died 3 days ago
From Strahd.
And strangely since his death, the house has not been under attack. There's been ghouls and
I'm kind of
zombies.
I'm kind of, as she's talking, I'm trying to sneak around. Not really sneaky, but quietly kind of trying to get a better look at her neck.
No one else noticed.
Only Corin noticed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I haven't told anybody yet. I tried whispering it, but no one was paying attention.
I was trying to, but
my ears were so far away from your mouth.
Buddy.
Just scaling
out here.
Shadow of the Colossus. Hey.
Hey guy.
Hey big buddy.
Hey big boy.
My grandfather shows up. Hey big boy.
Okay, so
you guys want some hot nuts?
what the fuck?
Now, he offers hot nuts to people a lot. Fair enough. They're just spicy nuts.
Clearly, you've never been downtown.
All right, so ghouls and zombies have been attacking the house, but Strahd has not since his death. Since the
I would
death
say there's probably been wolves as well.
It stopped altogether. Yes.
We saw like paw prints
everything.
outside.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of ask her, I'm just gonna be like, so we've heard that Strahd has taken an interest in you.
I guess it's fuzzy.
It's fuzzy.
I have seen him a few times.
How Well, I wouldn't know. Never mind. I don't know that yet.
Are you on the
How did he
pastry,
learn of
sweetheart?
you? How did he learn about you, or how did he come to take an interest in you?
No one really knows how Strahd works. No one's really asked him.
I'm gonna see. Can I try and like,
Wait, did she?
No.
Oh.
Can I try and like persuade her and like just ask her like, do you
Make a charisma
remember anything over the past couple days at all?
No, every day pretty much runs together once you've been constantly assaulted in the nights.
Well,
Guess you're not sleeping very much, I suppose, eh? Yeah.
that makes sense.
So where are we sleeping?
Well, hold on. Before that,
And Ismark's like, sister, they have come to take you to take you away from here. And she's like, I will not go until Father's been put to rest. No one's been brave enough to help take him to the church for a proper burial.
You have churches here?
I mean, we can do that, can't we?
I'm going to help
we are something of an expert in putting people to rest. We've done that twice so far.
Yeah.
Today.
I'm going to tell her I will help you put your father to rest. But before that, I believe that your brother Ismark said something about a library. And I would like to procure through...
I'd be over there.
Okay, sweet.
If you guys would kindly
Why don't we get some
see my
rest
father
before we...
see my father to safety for Father Donovich, then I will gladly go with you guys to wherever.
Okay.
Let's get some rest in before we get too far.
Can that... I hate to put this in such a way, but... It's going to show in every line of her face. We need rest. We've been
very well. It's not safe to go out
at night anyway.
All right, so we are going to...
You were going to look through the library.
Go look through the library.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's very well furnished, but like there's a lot of signs of wear. The library is full of old books.
And then I want to make a perception check and see if there's any book that I can find that has anything to do with magic of any sort.
I mean, you make a perception. Not really. It's just old history books.
You look at the magic section.
Maybe particularly relating to Barovia pre-Strahd?
Probably not.
No.
And also, I'm thinking...
It's been centuries since he's, invaded this land, basically.
And probably hasn't been particularly meticulous with record keeping for anybody.
He probably's not really He's kind of dead, I mean.
Yeah. So, alright, anyhow...
He's been dead for a while.
Yeah. Let's find a place to bed down for the night and...
Hello to Tommy Skinner.
As I'm walking out of the room,
hello, Tommy Skinner.
Tommy! Just pull it off the shelf. Just, fuck this.
Fuck that in particular.
No, not multiple, just one.
But you guys are able to, they'll let you stay for the night. There is kind of a smell, a little bit of a smell. I mean, there is a rotting body.
Yeah.
In the house.
Delicious.
It happens.
Oh boy.
Alright, spell slots. I missed you.
And we'll say, as you guys are settling down, it's getting off towards the night. We'll say twice over. As you guys are, you kind of look out the windows, and about before you settle down, about midnight.
Don't you don't need to sleep so much.
I still need my sleep. I can just meditate for some of it.
That's what I thought.
About right around midnight, you gotta look out the window and you see an eerie green light suffices the graveyard. So it's kind of off in the distance, where the church is, but you still see this. From this light emerges a ghostly procession, wavering images of Dotty women toting great swords, wood-wise men with slender bows, dwarves with glittering axes, and well-dressed mages with beards and strange pointed hats. All these and more march forth from the graveyard, their numbers growing by the second.
Where are they going?
So you see, this, ghostly procession. And they kind of gather. And you see them go towards, the castle.
Oh.
And, you see them as they make way to the castle. They kind of get, towards the entrance. And then they just, disappear.
This was not the parade I had in mind.
It is a parade, though.
It's all beads and ghosts. It's just going through them.
So, Twice Orphan's going to be like, I am seeing the ghosts, the unrestful spirits of fallen adventurers. Waking and charging
if
after
anyone's
the
still
castle.
awake, they can be able to look out the window and
I'm
see the scene.
just meditating.
Garda looks out.
I ain't gonna be bothered with it.
They did talk about adventurers dying around here. Maybe this is their fate?
That's our ticket in, guys.
I kind of look out the window and go, who ate the dream cake?
You see me in my room with
Do we have any
around my
liches in the
fucking
party?
arm as I'm just like
What was that?
Is there a lich in the party that maybe we can...
a lich.
Oh.
Which one do you
So we
select?
just dress up like ghosts and we'll sneak in with these guys.
Alright.
That's how this works.
Just
I
go.
mean, lich,
Whoa.
so you can gather control of the ghosts.
We are ghosts.
We'll keep going.
I
well,
don't
that's-
think anybody has control of the undead.
No, I almost did School of Necromancy, but then I saw Forge Domain. Anyhow,
Forge Bros.
I mean, we'll keep that in mind, but Garda's fucking sleeping.
Nate Phillips, welcome, Podfather.
Alright, and basically, unless anything happens through the night, dawn's first light, we're gonna take that body we're gonna take that body to the church.
Alright, so there's no one is assaulting the mansion.
I wanna-
You guys get...
When we wake up, I want to ask the brother and sister whose names I'm terrible with. I want to ask them about the procession we saw.
Ismark and Irina, right?
Thank you. Yes, I want to ask Ismark and Irina about the procession.
It's a nightly occurrence.
Are those adventurers who have been here before, you think?
Yes.
Have adventurers been in this particular house before?
Guess I know what I'm doing tomorrow night.
Are we the first group of adventurers that you've come across trying to, that you've asked for help at least?
It's been some time, yes.
This have a short sword kicking around here.
Every bit as loud as you think it is.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, man, we're twice over to get McDonald's.
Shit! He had 60 gold lying around.
Even in this shitty town, there's still an operating McDonald's.
But not an operating ice cream machine.
Still broken.
I just love watching Nick's reaction to every time there's a sound made. Whether it's tapping on the table, the rustling of the bag. You just look over Nick's just shaking.
He's just staring at me the whole
Shit
time.
grinning.
Alright, well... let's just take this fucking corpse to the damn church and...
Yeah, I'm gonna...
I'll throw it over my shoulder.
I'll say, over the night and stuff, I've been, before I've bedded down and stuff, I've been preparing the corpse for, a proper rest.
I mean, I think it's basically been prepared for a proper rest already. It's just no one's been able to take it to the church.
She will stay, but Ismark will go with you.
Alright.
So it's still in the coffin, yeah?
Yeah, so basically...
Me and Uthal here try to just carry this coffin between the two of us. We're
You-
the two
you-
biggest
you
guys.
Yeah,
so.
you guys are big enough. He's really big.
I'm about a foot shorter than him, so yeah.
You guys are able to carry the.
Yeah, we're just kind of pallbearer.
Garza's
Two-man
standing on my
pallbearing it
shoulders
up.
as I'm hoisting her up so she can grab onto the casket at the same height.
The drums slowly, did they play?
And I'm staying at a respectable distance.
I'm staying at a
Because it's
respectable
gross.
distance.
Garza will, but absolutely, all jokes aside, Garta will sing a dwarven funeral dirge
I'm gonna take
Please
a little
do.
bit of
as we go.
Please do.
Wait, are you actually asking me to sing?
I absolutely.
I'll do backup
absolutely
vocals
am.
with Garta.
He's taking the highs though.
Oh, yeah.
I just grab some sage and I start burning it as I'm
Yeah.
waving across in the front.
So it's probably
You guys are being very respectful.
Oh fuck yeah, man!
Then we bust into a sick rendition of Kashmir. I want that Kassan.
All right, what? So,
Please
does
sing.
anything happen on the way to the church, or do we just get
Yeah,
there?
we can strike the Kashmir from the record.
No, you guys are definitely playing
No,
Kashmir.
that's on audio now. That's happening.
All right, so you guys, we'll fix it in post.
Absolutely, we'll fix it in post.
All right, you guys make it towards. You guys are walking towards the. It's over this way.
The big old church boy. Alright.
Now, no, never mind. That was going to be a stupid question. Continue.
Same. There's nothing really has changed.
Is there anyone
So-
outside of the church?
Maybe. But you guys hear the crying as you guys walk by. There's more crying.
I stop for a second.
We'll deal with you later.
And I look over.
I'm like, other people have it hard too.
You live in Barovia. What did you expect?
I need to take a brief pause because I need to make urine. So,
Alright.
talk
Needs to
amongst
pass
yourself.
water.
Well, as we pause, everyone get out your d6s and roll up. No, it's d8s. I apologize.
Are we
And-
seriously doing this?
And no, fuck no. I'm way too lazy.
Roll up d8s and.
It's like you get it's big motherfucking crab truckers is played with 2 d8s. If you do something that relates to one of your skills, you get a bonus d8, and if you do something with a penalty, you lose d8s.
Okay.
And so yeah, every crab gets 4 traits, such as fighting, driving, lifting.
Fighting,
Trucking.
driving, lifting. Hold on.
Well, trucking is driving.
Oh, that's right. That's
So fighting.
I'm not actually going to be, as much as I'd like to, I'm not actually going to be running big motherfucking crab truckers for you guys.
No. Just
Right
improv
now,
it
I'm
real
just-
quick. Just improv it real quick. What are you gonna do? Let's start rolling d8s.
No.
Damn, I tried.
I got like 1 hour of sleep now.
Time to get my second one.
Yeah, I was up real late last night. I don't know why. And I woke up and my entire, my shirt was just super damp.
it was a weird evening for that kind of crap.
I would like to thank everybody who's still watching us that's been putting up with our horse shit.
We're going through the
We
adventure.
have a +1 in horse shit, as it were.
Yeah. We are definitely proficient in horse shit. Some could even say we have expertise for double proficiency
We
bonus.
have advantage, as it were.
We have advantage
Yeah.
on bullshit.
This way.
Sorry.
I'm actually pretty sure this is my D8.
It was. I just moved it over.
You son of a bitch.
That's what I did.
7.
No, Nick's obviously been the MVP of the show for just reaction.
And not murdering people.
It's
for
funny
all-
looking back, like watching the video and seeing the faces.
I can just do this.
Like,
That's the thing we're doing. All right,
Yeah,
then.
okay.
No, it's like there's a tap on the table, and you look up, and Nick's just.
y'all love tapping the table. Like, you may not realize it. But damn, there's a lot of table tapping going on. 2 rules: don't yell into the mic, don't table tap.
All right.
We broke those in 30 seconds.
Everyone.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, everyone
All
always
right.
breaking.
Thank you for your patience.
I
And
had to
so,
make urine.
the church.
Pass water.
All right. Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises through toward the back, and flickering light shines through the holes of the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. I said load.
Thanks, Dave.
So there's nobody on the outside of the church waiting for us or anything?
No.
I'm gonna call out real quick and be like, Father Donovan, we're here!
Was it
Father Donovan.
Donovan or Donovich?
Donovich.
Father Donovich! Shit!
You hear nothing.
Garda is going to, okay.
I'm pretty cautious of this.
Leading into the church, is it 2 double doors? Like
Yeah.
All right, good.
You
Because
Aragorning them open.
Garda absolutely Aragorns the doors open, like in an epic fashion.
The heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire.
Just to let you know, just as a
And so you swing those open.
Mm-hmm.
The doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer. Suddenly, the prayer is blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises up from beneath the wooden floor.
This place is just
delightful.
All right.
So you hear this like scream from down below, and then you keep hearing like muttering.
All right, so the screams guard is like.
Yep, I got the sword.
All right, so basically,
we're still carrying the casket.
I
so
don't
does
know.
the casket count as a two-handed weapon?
I hit this guy with this other guy.
All right, so I'm gonna so Garda says,
"Motherfucker with another motherfucker."
Garda's gonna say to the party, "No stealing in here, please."
It's a church.
Just
Sounds
saying.
like something you would do, Ag.
No. That wasn't directed at any particular party member.
I said what I said.
I don't really think anybody has stolen anything yet.
I know. I'm
not a thief.
Yeah, no one really has.
We were taking things as we found them in the death house.
I'm going to look at
That's pretty much thievery.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at Irina, and I'm just going to be like...
Irina's back in the house. Ismark is
she
with
never
us, though.
came with
Yeah,
us.
she's Ismark.
Okay.
Does Ismark seem alarmed by the horrific screaming?
I mean...
Is it more just like a...
Yeah, it's kind of like a shock, but then...
I guess it's par for the course here. All right. Anyhow, so Garda's going...
This is a Tim Burton film,
yeah.
okay?
Garda's going to approach the guy who's praying, or the person who's praying.
Are we making our way inside? Because I want to be inside for this.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to put this coffin down.
All right, so you guys kind of like...
Bring it in.
You guys go through the hall.
You're going to carry that weight.
You guys head up to the chapel. The chapel is a shambles with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles mounted in candlesticks and candelabras light every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of shadows. At the end of the church sits a cloth-scarred altar, behind which kneels a priest in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up to the bell tower. And as you guys get in there, from beneath the chapel floor, you hear a young man's voice cry out, "Father, I'm starving!"
Wow.
Hello, Father Donovich.
Father?
Are we interrupting?
So as you see, he's still like kneeling down, and you guys get closer. He is like praying, and you can tell his voice is very like hoarse and soft, like he's been praying
For a
all
long
night.
time.
Yeah. Father Donovich.
You need to get that?
We're here to, basically, she just says his name and waits for him to turn around. Unless he just kind of ignores her.
He'll stop once you guys, and he'll.
Is this a bad time? Kind of hoping to get a funeral in here.
How may I help you?
We've
To put the body to rest of
Cologne.
Of Ismark and Irina.
Cologne. Yeah. Cologne.
Colon.
We're here to put this man's body and soul to rest.
Ismark semicolon.
Heart.
Very well.
Where do we do that?
But you're digging the graves.
I mean, we can do it here in the graveyard.
That'll work.
Are we asking too much, Father?
You can tell, like, as you guys
busy.
talking to him, like, he's kind of like, he does, like, weird glances and stuff, almost like he's been, like, I won't say driven to insanity.
But he's, like, kind of...
He's
paranoid.
he's on edge. Absolutely. Okay,
And, like, every once in a while you keep hearing that scream from under the...
Father Donovan Anarovovich forgot to hydrate at 6'2" with that dusty-ass voice.
I'm gonna take a...
Twig's making an early play for MVP tonight.
Take out my water skin from my pack,
she already won MVP
and I'm gonna
for me.
offer it to him.
That's
I'm just gonna say, here, you look thirsty, my friend. Maybe a
Thank
drink
you.
would help.
I'm kind of starting to sound like Batman. Thank you. I'm Father Batman.
Where's the vampire? Where's the other vampire going? Peace be with you.
I'm honestly, Garda's not going to ask about the screaming dude until after the funeral, because
Because we got something to do.
Let's get the funeral
We'll get
started.
First things first. Let's put this corpse on the ground.
Well, actually,
We should
I
probably
just
bless it
I
with
just
some sort
thought
of,
about this.
let the cleric bless it, maybe.
I just thought, will leaving.
If you would help me bury,
It will.
help dig the graves.
I can't help but notice. I'm sorry for interrupting, but like, will leaving the chapel with whatever's going on down there be a problem? And like points towards the floor where the screaming's coming from.
He kind of like says a little prayer. It'll be fine.
Okay. Then, all right, we go outside, and
No one's going to ask about the screaming. All right.
I mean, I plan on doing that after the funeral.
Yeah,
Honestly,
one thing at a time.
Oh, he says that at dawn would be the.
I mean, we
Okay,
We'll
so
stay
we're,
pretty close to.
yeah. So we Abigarda absolutely helps dig the grave.
yeah.
I'll help as well.
Be down
Well, I guess
there.
we're still carrying the.
I'm gonna be down in there like packing the dirt with my fists. That way it's like a nice clean rectangle.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are all be able to do your help. Corin can party.
He's pouring a bottle out of the
He's finding a
coffin.
good rock for the headstone.
I'm just hanging out, guys. Don't put words. Don't put actions in my hands and stuff. Let me just do me.
Corin's purpose is to kill things.
As you guys,
Show me something to kill.
as you guys are like digging the grave, he like offers prayers to the Morning Lord in exchange for his deliverance, to Colin's deliverance from Barovia.
Is
he's saying like,
is that Paylor?
it just says Morning Lord.
Okay.
It's also different. It's on a different plane,
M-O-U-R.
so it's hard to.
True. All right.
Is it? How's that morning spelled? Is it M-O-R-N-I-N-G or M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G? Like morning is
Morning?
Morning, yeah, like Morning Lord, like the morning time.
Okay, thank
Not
you.
morning.
Just clarifying.
Okay.
Not like weeping into his.
This is the sad Lord.
Not like
I've
crying
heard the
into
sad
his
Lord.
Wheaties in the morning and.
If there was a sad
Getting
lord,
a
I feel like
soggy
it would be in
breakfast.
Barovia.
All right. So we put and like Garda, holds basically takes your shield in both hands because that's got the holy that's her holy symbol, and so she plants it on the ground at her feet, and with reverence and let's Father Donovich pray to the local deity. That would be more appropriate, but
Yeah, with that he doesn't fight you. Obviously, like, you guys have it's a very somber occasion because
He's all like, I'm gonna fight you.
But
Blasphemer! Heretic!
So
Pray to the good dragon Lord Bahamut.
yeah, once the funeral's done, does anything happen between?
so you guys, it takes a little time to bury. You guys, he's like said his prayers and they kind of blesses the end.
Do we need? Is there before we start putting dirt back on the corpse? Guard asks. Do we need to ensure that the body won't rise again?
Do we need to desecrate the corpse?
No, basically she's basically
'Cause I'm
offering.
good for that.
She's basically offering to burn the body with holy fire to make sure it doesn't rise again.
No, it won't rise.
All right.
We dug a hole. We're putting the body in the hole. We're not just gonna put a bunch of ashes in there.
Okay, but so I mean,
We did all this work. And
I
you
would have
just
dug
did
a
that.
smaller hole if I did that.
that's a good point. Anyhow, that's it. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting.
He kind of turns to you guys like, it's you guys need to take Irina as far from Castle Ravenloft as possible.
That's the plan.
Who said that?
The priest.
Father
The
Donovich.
priest.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I agree.
glad he knows our business.
Yeah,
That's good.
right. Why does he know our business?
I don't think he.
Well, because
I mean,
her father.
We just buried her father.
Yeah,
So real
That's
quick,
true.
It is
That's
Marcus
just
because
there.
of plot.
because of plot.
P for plot.
Thickens!
The plot engorges.
real quick though, I'm gonna go up to Father Donovich as the funeral's ending and stuff, and the final placements are being put there, and I'm gonna be like, so what can you tell me about the screaming we heard earlier in the
Yeah.
point towards the ground?
Something about somebody starving. Yeah.
Oh, that's a Doru.
Who?
A Dorvu? You said?
Doru.
Doru.
Who is Doru?
My
Who's
son.
adorable?
Your son.
Um,
Well, you might want to feed him. He sounds hungry.
Why?
When you talk about his son, he gets very somber.
Is there an issue with your son? Is he okay?
He a little over a year ago, him and several other villagers tried to storm the castle in a revolt.
Oh boy.
They were lured there by a wizard in black robes.
Oh, yeah.
All of them, even including the wizard, didn't make it. But my son came back. But he's is not my son as much
What,
anymore.
what exactly is he hungry for?
You guys can kind of make this. He was probably bitten by a vampire.
Yeah.
I'm going to
You've had him down there for a year?
I'm gonna put my hand like as high up as I can to try and reach his shoulder or like pat him on the back or something.
And as you guys are in the church, sorry to interrupt you.
You're fine.
As you guys are in like the church, he's like you can hear him screaming down there and stuff, and you can kind of gather this probably happens all the time.
Yeah.
Do you
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna pat his back and be like, friend, you have helped us out, and for that we owe you a debt. Might I be able to put your mind at ease?
How do we owe him a debt for burying it?
Help your son.
I
Don't worry about it. He's rolling.
I pray that the gods take care of him. I pray the gods will end this. My prayers will end this.
I'm gonna try and persuade him.
Are you really gonna try to persuade
say,
the priest that the gods aren't gonna listen?
No,
we're probably gonna.
I'm gonna
That's
try
work
and
too
make a
well.
persuasion check to let him.
He can be saved without destroying him. I know it. And with that, he kind of like goes back and starts praying again at the altar.
You know what? Let's just leave him to it.
Yep.
I kind of.
We've
got
got
about that.
we got a lot of irons in the fire here right now, buddy.
That's true.
The problem is,
would you like to handle that before or after the baby napping and crying building?
We're racking up a lot of side quests.
That's true. We're biting off a little bit more than we can chew.
We're gonna have to be, turn off some of the quest markers. That map's getting a little populated.
I take a silver piece and I just flick it his way and say,
Damn it!
I'm just gonna give. Sorry about your son being a vampire. Here's some money.
It might
There's a silver vampire. Hold this.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna put it in the donation
That's
tray
werewolf.
or whatever they have for donations to the church or whatever the tray that they pass around.
a tithe box.
Yes, I'm gonna put my one silver piece in there.
Excellent.
And then
God bless.
I'm going to say a quick prayer, real quick, to Bahamut, the good dragon god.
My boy.
To try and
To Tiamat.
No.
What
about
the other
What about
one?
Tia Dave or Tia Steve?
I'm gonna say that.
Wow. Hey, with that, lose a level.
All right.
After I say my prayer, I'm gonna.
Oh no, he's serious.
Kind
Lose a
leave.
Yeah, let's.
Let's all lose a level.
I'm not going for level 3 again.
There's too many goddamn side quests. I don't know what to do.
All right, so what do we want to do, team? Do we want to
The main quest seems to be.
Well, because the thing.
Let's burn a fucking church down.
Because like,
easy there, black metal.
Yes,
easy bark.
Let's not do that though.
I like mayhem as much as the next guy, but
Listen, I'm all for chaos, but only on people who deserve it. And these people are kind of oppressed.
I think we're just bored.
We are kind of bored.
Yeah.
You know what?
Okay,
How about we just
okay.
say screw it to all of this and just go back to the tavern and drink more wine?
Okay. So
And
we
the
got
owners don't like us
great.
so much.
I don't know how we're gonna find Baby Lady.
no idea.
I mean,
I would
don't know how
say
we're
hang
gonna
out
find
in
her.
town.
I'm pretty
until she
sure
goes back
she'll show
up.
up the same time tonight.
Probably yes. We got that.
Yeah.
We could always come back to church and just like. I have a feeling
Burn it.
burn it. Destroying a vampire son.
Nuclear option.
Probably not a good idea to like
He's still like you guys are still like in the church.
Yeah.
He's just still screaming and there's
I would
skittering
say-
down there.
There may be a chance that dealing with Strahd would deal with this dude.
Yeah, because like, I don't want to destroy this vampire and then also destroy the only like holy man in this town.
Right.
Yeah.
So
We
that.
should at least try and.
Well,
shut
I'm
him up.
saying.
At least let's get the flames going and let him deal with it in his own.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Let's go to Valaki.
Yeah, I'm with that.
We're
one.
gonna have to come back here. We all
Yeah.
This is
because
true.
we just know that.
All right.
I
So,
said-
yeah,
that
let's
was
just
a
go deal-
plot.
Let's just go deal with
Yeah.
Irina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go deal with Arena first.
I think this might be a good
It's
She's
probably
kind of an odd fellow, isn't she?
be a good stop.
Good
Yeah.
spot.
yeah.
All right. And with that, episode 6 comes to a close.
We will end you guys as you just left the church. You have buried the burgomaster. The burgermaster.
the Burger King.
He was a real whopper. No.
You guys hear that as you leave the church, you still hear the screams of the vampire in the basement.
Mhm.
And we'll say you guys are left the church and are standing outside the church gates.
Sweet.
All right.
the cemetery.
Join us next time.
Thank you very much, everyone who joined us.
Yes, this was
Join
a fun
us
one.
next time
Yes, thank you
when
very
we
much.
do other
I know
things.
it's a little more like role playing heavy, which
Yeah.
I like a good balance.
It works for me, bro.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn down a fucking church.
I'm ready. I'm ready to kill some things. Though.
Yeah, we'll get
Ready
there.
to fight.
I get the feeling I get the
we're.
feeling we're going to have to go trek outside the city where
Oh, there
yeah,
gonna be
we're,
some fighting.
we're gonna be fighting.
Yeah,
There's gonna be some fighting.
this is the end of the episode if you're watching on a podcast platform, but if you're watching us on Facebook Live, we will be back with the next part
We shall return.
in just a little bit.
We'll be back soon with another episode of Dungeons
Dungeons
With dudes.